Hello, welcome to the Inside the Birds post-game show. Geoff Mosher, Adam Kaplan, and man, the Eagles in Week 12. They lose to the Dallas Cowboys 24-21 in a game that they were dominating and pulverizing the Cowboys for about 15 minutes as they built a 21-0 lead. And Adam, I know throughout the week, on Monday, Tuesday, people are going to look at the turnovers, the fumble by Saquon Barkley, the fumble by Xavier Gibson. They're going to say if the Eagles don't fumble, they don't lose the game, and maybe they're right. But they lost the game not because of those two fumbles. They lost the game because they can't sustain an offense, and it finally caught up to them in a bad way. They did not score a single point after going up 21-0. They had 3-and-outs, they had turnovers, they had penalties, and this is a repetitive theme.
The reason why the offense collapsed in the second half is simple. It's penalties. This is how scary it is when you look at penalties. It's 17 accepted penalties. 17. And it's funny because I was charting this. It was at one point it was like, I think it was like 8-4 7-4 Cowboys. I'm like, all right, some kind of odd penalties, and then they just one thing after another. Then the Xavier Gibson bonehead decision. Unfortunately, hurt his shoulder, by the way, in that play. But yeah, it was a comedy of errors. But Petula caught a very good game, very aggressive. I loved it. Got Hurts involved early with the short passing game, with the play action, passes to the flat pass, which we've talked about before. Got him involved early, got him comfortable, got him accurate. Protection early was excellent. They had 21 points. They scored 14. Just a small correction. They scored 14 in the first quarter. They scored 7 in the second. Right. But yeah, like you said, they're up 21-0. Dallas did score late in the second quarter, but it was kind of like, okay, well, they're doing fine. Their defense isn't bad. The defense is hanging in there because Dallas has to throw. They're getting crushed. Then, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Adoree Jackson getting hurt. He had a head injury. He was being checked for concussion. They didn't say he had one, but you would think he had one because we didn't see him come back. As we suspected would happen, Coop went to corner. We've talked about this before. That's probably going to be what they're going to do. And isn't ironic? The one play that Ringo plays, he gets a penalty. Poor guy. But overall, look, this is one that they're gonna be embarrassed about, upset. The plane home can't be fun, but they're gonna have to put it behind them rather quickly because they play the Bears, who somehow have the same record as the Eagles at 8-3.
They do, and maybe these injuries that they suffered in the game will play a part because it's a short turnaround. We'll have to see what happens there. But the one thing that I just can't get past is I think what it shows you is the without a run game and without an offense that is sustaining, their margin of error is very small. And for 11 weeks, they've done a great job of protecting the ball, not turning it over. Of a run game, if they had converted maybe on 2 or 3 more third downs from the second quarter on, they might win this game going away. But they can't, and they really haven't been able. This looked like the Rams game. It looked like the Broncos game. Certainly the Broncos game because they lost that after being up, I think 17-0.
And by the way,
like the Bucs game.
Yeah, just going to say you mentioned the Broncos game. So Hurts this season, this is the most yards he's thrown this season in the first half, and most attempts other than that Denver game. 19 attempts. I think he had like 164 in the first half. The penalties were terrible. Fred Johnson's one was bad. See, here's the thing. You say like second half, yes, they didn't score. That's a fact. Self-inflicted wounds where protection was good. Penalty. Hurts held on the ball. So we can't see without coaching tape. We don't know. We tape inside the tape tomorrow. So I'll talk to Greg about it. But comedy of errors in the second half. It's funny. My friend was a Cowboys fan. He texted me. He goes, "Man, I guess we're giving this away to Philly." I go, "Well, Eagles outplayed them, but you're right. Stupid crap happened." Then the Eagles took that over in the second half. It's incredible. I mean, it's like you could see it happening, but yet the defense in the first half and points of the third quarter saved the day. Like Eagles turn it over or they punt, and the defense would handle themselves really well. And then the dam broke when Jackson came out, and Coop did not play well at outside corner. We'll have to see how many yards he gave up, but he got handled a little bit. It's tough to do that. we know in base when they play it, which is very little, he does play that, but he did play outside and he got a little bit. Big plays.
Yeah, yeah, he did. Let's start with the offense, right? And it wasn't just second half. It was really about the last 42 minutes of the game that they were unable to score. I have trouble. I agree with you in that they did stay aggressive as far as taking shots downfield, trying to get the ball to A.J. Brown. I guess my larger issue is I have just a tough time crediting anybody involved with this offensive staff or this offense as players of giving too much credit, because it's the same thing week after. It's the same routes,
They can't run the ball.
designs.
They cannot run the ball.
Right, and they've been and I have to say they've been unable to figure it out. And to me, that's a reflection of coaching. And I listen,
Stout.
We've praised this coaching staff. They're a good coaching staff, but they're in a rut. They can't figure it out.
I'm Stout. Look, not every run game coordinator actually is responsible for the run game. Believe it or not, sometimes it's just a title to give somebody more money, but that's not the case here. Stout designs the run game. It's his decision on a lot of this stuff, and it's been a disaster. People want to point to Barkley, not as good as last year. I'm not going to argue against it. Tape shows it a little bit, but you're talking about the sustainability is clearly the run game. The pass game was mostly really good, but we'll have to find out what happened in the second half when Hurts was holding the ball too long. Were guys not getting open? Were they getting open? Was he holding the ball too long? We won't know until the tape shows us. The tape will tell us everything. There were a couple of interesting developments. I got to see what the snap counts look like. Looked like in the first half or parts of the game, Cooper was playing over Dotson. And Cooper did have 2 catches in the game. They weren't for very much, but it was just interesting that happened. I mean, Goddard has, again, it wasn't him. It was another penalty. Pass in the flat, play action, pass to the flat. Perfect play would have been a first down, gets called back. They had a bunch of plays called back in this game. I mean, it was embarrassing. It was, you can't lose games like this. You want to blame to injuries? Second half, yes, that hurt. That crushed their defense. No doubt. And then the pass rush, there are individual times where they got to Prescott, but overall it was not there. But the big story, we didn't mention it yet, the run defense was atrocious. I'm just telling you, as someone who was a Javonte Williams huge fan when he came out of North Carolina, he's never been the same since the knee injury. I know that he gets a lot of touchdowns. It's not what I'm talking about. He's not explosive at all. He's decisive downhill, a little bit of wiggle. He had so much room to run. I'm stunned by that. Malik Davis had that run up the middle. Okay, who's more of a changer, who came in back of him. Their run defense is another thing which was really stunning to me, because we were saying for weeks, wow, they got the run defense really going well here. Oops, not so much.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought Dallas would run the ball better against the Eagles than most because their offensive line was fully healthy. They have some really good road graders in the middle. I thought that they would have a respectable run game to try to work their play action. They wound up having more than I don't want to call it backbreaking, but it really did complement what they did basically from the second quarter on offensively, being able to get the ball to George Pickens, who was murder on the Eagles secondary.
Oh, and by the way, CD has now 6 drops against the Eagles. I mean, geez, I don't know what it is. He doesn't like the Kelly Green in this one. I don't know, but yeah, Turpin had the big 48-yard play. They just Ferguson had a back-breaking play, the 19-yarder in the second half. It's really surprising. I mean, let's sum it up defensively since we're there. The defense just didn't bring it. There's no doubt. They certainly in the first half for like a quarter and a half, they were really good. And then run defense. It's not total yards, folks. Use your eyes. People bring, they only give 119 yards. That's not what I'm talking about, folks. Use your damn eyes. Too many runs up the middle. I know Jomo left with that wrist injury, but they got them before that happened. Ty Robinson didn't play today, so that's disappointing that he's not playing. We haven't really talked about that much. He did play. He's had a couple decent snaps when he's played, but he's barely played. But the run defense was a problem. Pass rush was a problem. Which surprised me because Booker's not. I mean, Guyton's, he had penalties. He's not that good as a left tackle. And Terrence Steele, we've talked about, is beatable. I was just kind of surprised. Look, you're never going to be perfect. The Eagles were really good in a year that it's wide open. But defensively, as we go a little bit more in depth here, now I'm not saying Jackson saved the day. He also got beat too. Okay, to be clear, if you want to put stuff in the comments, what are you talking about? He sucked. He gave this up. At times he was okay, but the problem is it's what happened after he left. Coop didn't play well. That was a surprise, and they just don't have it. We'll see if the snap counts show it tomorrow, whether he's actually on defense. I didn't see Bennett. I saw him on special teams. I did not see him on defense.
Hey, it's Geoff Mosher. And if you have a family and kids at home like me, you always want them to be fully protected. That's why I'm thrilled to be a Simply Safe customer. And our house is equipped with the most technologically advanced alarm system you can get. If you could actually stop someone from breaking into your home before they got inside, why wouldn't you? Traditional security systems only react after a break-in. But Simply Safe is different because it stops crimes before they happen with Active Guard outdoor protection. Their AI-powered cameras detect threats while they're still outside your home, and they alert real security agents. These agents take action while the intruder is still outside and confront the intruder to let them know they're being watched on camera and police is on the way. And that's how you stop a crime before it's committed. There's no long-term contracts or hidden fees. You can cancel anytime, and it comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Try it and see the difference for yourself. Do not miss out on Simply Safe's biggest sale of the year, 60% off. Our listeners get 60% off a Simply Safe home security system at simplysafe.com/bird. That's simplysafe.com/bird. Hey, I still like a good night out, but I'm not always in the mood to drink, and that's why I looked for a great alternative, and I found one. It's called Soul's Out of Office Gummies. You get the same light, happy buzz, but you don't have the hangover. There's no sugar, and you don't get that awkward feeling the next morning. They help me unwind and ease into my evening without the alcohol or the next day fog. Soul is a wellness brand that believes feeling good should be fun and easy. Soul specializes in delicious hemp-derived THC and CBD products designed to boost your mood and help you unwind. Their best-selling out-of-office gummies were designed to provide a mild, relaxing buzz, boost your mood, and enhance your creativity and relaxation. With 5 different strengths, you can tailor the dose to fit your vibe. From a gentle 1.5 milligram microdose to their newest 15 milligram gummy for a more elevated experience. They've also got a variety of products specifically designed to help you get a better night's rest, including Soul's top selling sleep gummy, a fan favorite for deep restorative sleep. So bring on the good vibes and treat yourself to Soul today. Right now, Soul is offering our audience 30% off your entire order. So go to getsoul.com and use the code BIRDS, BIRDS. That's getsoul.com, promo code BIRDS for 30% off.
Yeah, no, I'm a little perplexed, man. You know, you could have told me that the Eagles weren't going to play a great game, but the way the game started, so many things wrong had to happen for them to lose that, and they did. You know, I mean, like you think about all the penalties, the deep shots that they had the Cowboys had 3 different receivers catch a ball for 43 or longer yards, right? And then, of course, the fumbles at the end, the missed field goal by Jake Elliott. Yeah. It felt like a game of hold my beer. I mean, it really did. Like, Dallas had the worst start they could, and then the Eagles were like, no, we can match that.
Aubrey, the kicker for Dallas, I couldn't believe he missed one.
Right.
That was it was a very odd game. It was definitely odd. But this, as we stay on defense, we'll get over to offense in a minute. Look, the problem at corner opposite Mitchell. I know Mitchell gave up a play, but he's human. He showed he's human. But overall, that corner opposite Mitchell is a problem. They're not good there. They knew that coming in. They try with Jair Alexander, who's semi-retired. He's on the retired list. I wonder if he came out of retirement, if he said, I want to play. I mean, you have to be put on the roster within 24 hours. I just wonder if they'd want him to play. But anyway, they have a problem. I mean, it's a problem. And it showed today when you don't have a pass rush, consistent pass rush, with Pickens, with Lamb, Turpin's very explosive. Jalen Tolbert, by the way, was a healthy inactive. That surprised me. It was really odd. He was not on the
Flournoy. We talked about Flournoy taking that job.
he's but they were kind of sharing. Tolbert's a bigger guy. They didn't. Yeah, they had him inactive because I guess they felt they only needed 4. And that Span Ford guy. It's funny. Schoonmaker had a drop. I thought it was Schoonmaker. Nope, it was 89. Span Ford with a touchdown.
Yeah. So, what is your big picture takeaway from this? Do you think this is a very concerning loss, or are you just thinking it's it's the Eagles. They played an inconsistent game, and this time they turned the ball over and lost. Like, how do you, after some two impressive wins that they had against the Lions and the Packers, where do you see this now?
Well, I would be concerned defensively. We'll get to offense shortly, but I'd be concerned with the injuries. You've got the left thigh injury for Blankenship. I should have mentioned that earlier. You could see what happened after Sidney Brown. I mean, honestly, the more I think about this, it wasn't just Jackson getting hurt because their Coop didn't play well. We didn't know he wouldn't play well at corner, but he didn't. Mm-hmm. He gave up too many plays. But it's funny, Pickett's last big play, they didn't call it on. He clearly made contact before that, but they didn't call it. I mean, it just didn't happen. That's a major look. We came in thinking Jackson would be a problem. They went after him. He made some plays. He gave up some plays. That was bad. You see now, it's obvious now. And we've been saying this all season about Jackson. Why aren't teams going after him more? Not that we're telling teams to do this, but we're like saying this is pathetic that they don't. It's so obvious how you beat the Eagles. You go after Adoree Jackson. And I wonder, had he not gotten hurt, how bad it would have gotten. But Coop, we'll see. That's a problem to answer your question. And you made a fair point. They can't sustain anything on offense because they can't run the football. I can't. We could talk all we want about Mailata's not the same player as last year. Dickerson clearly is not. Okay, he's getting healthier, but he's not clearly the same. Juergens had a number of plays in the game that were not great. Mm-hmm. Dean is on the job training, right? This is his third year as a guard. He was a left tackle in college. And Lane out. Fred Johnson. Lane was still pretty good this season, very good, but was he elite? That's debatable. So obviously the line is performing well under their standard, not remotely close to what. So you want to know what's happened with Barkley? Yes, we just gave you the answers to the test. Now you want to blame Stout? Okay, it's just and the problem that I have, and I still don't understand this. Before we move to defense, well, actually we're on offense, but you're talking about what the issues are. I don't know why they insist on keep running inside. It's like you see the inside penetration. The guy gets there. You know, it's like it's a premonition, self-fulfilling prophecy. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Where the hell are the outside runs? Whatever they're calling gap or zone, but whatever the hell it is, whatever scheme they're using in particular game or for whatever the hell they're doing, it's not working. This is like, who could have seen this? We all thought he'd lose 500 or 600 yards because he couldn't keep. There's no way you're going to run for over 2,000 yards in consecutive seasons. I thought 1,400 to 1,500 was reasonable. Is he going to reach 1,000 yards? Probably not. Barkley?
He'll probably get it on volume, but certainly not because of a high yards per carry average. I mean, they keep giving him the ball, and it just keeps really not manifesting in anything that they want.
Yeah, he's got to get 1,000. 1,000 yards now is like who cares? The norm should be 1,400 yards, but hey, it is what it is.
Hey, Philly fans, game day is stressful enough. Parking, traffic, long lines. We've all been there. But when it comes to your cannabis, Camden Apothecary makes it easy. This is the dispensary for sports fans, just minutes outside of Philly with plenty of free parking. You'll be in and out fast, no hassle, no waiting. And they don't just care about convenience. Camden Apothecary is all about the guest experience. Their staff makes sure you feel taken care of every time you walk in. Plus, they carry only the best quality cannabis at the fairest prices. So whether you're stocking up for the tailgate, the watch party, or celebrating a big win, you know you're getting the good stuff without overpaying. They even show love to the community with specials for fans, students, service members, and healthcare pros. Camden Apothecary, top quality cannabis, great prices, and an experience made for Philly fans 21 and up.
Yeah. So on the same vein, I've sort of given up thinking that it's going to come. Like the run game. I wrote this.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, and I honestly think there's no one person that can be accountable for all of this. I think the offensive line is the number one issue. And I just don't know. I mean, we'll see if they can do it and win it all with this offensive line and lack of running game. But if not, I have a feeling that that's going to be the area that gets the biggest or needs the biggest upgrade. or health, just health, better health.
Well, next year we've talked about this. They're going to have to spend as high as a third-round pick on interior linemen. Obviously, draft lanes replacement sooner or later. Sooner rather than later. Dickerson has just got to be. He's just got to get in better shape. Like he's just got. I know he had 2 surgeries, but this is tough, man. He's got to be better. Guy's a hell of a football player, but it's bad. It's their offensive line is just not good. It's. I know Greg Cosell doesn't rank O-lines. I would think they're no better than average this season. That's probably being charitable. But although pass pro, for the most part, they've been pretty good. Run blocking. I mean, do you want to say atrocious this season?
No, I think it's so weird. The pass pro has been great. I mean, it's been good. Well, if not great, it's been really good.
Very good. Sure.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts was sacked one time. It was on that last drive, and he held onto the ball for quite a while. Maybe there was nobody open, but he had plenty of time to throw the ball for most of the game. That wasn't an issue.
Yeah. And by the way, look, if they didn't have all those penalties on offense in the second half, I wonder he had a good game. I mean, let's.
Yes, I agree. Too many second and third and longs.
Yeah,
right.
He overall he played well. Now, did they have some plays where he didn't get to play on enough on time? Yeah, they had that. They had to call timeout for one of those. But overall, he threw the ball really. Oh, by the way, this is what I liked about Batula. As much as I've been crushing him lately for the vanilla game plans and not helping his quarterback, they got the slants back. In fact, I have to check the number, but they had at least seemed like 3 or 4 slants to Brown. Inside the number throws too. They got to be in the offense. It's pathetic that they weren't. It's bad coaching, but they sure as hell were in this game. They were aggressive coming out, but it's hard to be aggressive in the second half when you can't stop getting penalties. That's a coaching problem, by the way. I'm sorry that I start with coaching. If it's happening, it's coaching. When you have these, they've had a number of games that have bad penalty numbers, and we've lauded Sirianni's a great coach, but he's got to do a better job. This can't happen. This is just embarrassing.
Yeah, and then flipping the defense, Adam, you just mentioned it. Run game, not great. You're going to face the Bears, who are a very good running team coming up. I can see the Eagles bouncing back. They tend to do that, but you got to be able to stop that to let your pass rush, be able to tee off. But the pass rush didn't. The Bears are a different story. They don't have the tackles that they're pretty good, but they don't have what the Cowboys have up front. But you got to worry about the injuries now in the secondary.
Yeah, Blankenship with the left thigh. Then Makuba hurt his right ankle. I don't know what it is. He gave friendly fire. Teammate went into that ankle. Let's hope it's only an ankle, not Achilles. We'll see. And yeah, here's the problem: when you got to play City Brown, problems happen. He's a forced safety at best. That's what he is. He's a great special teams player, but when he doesn't have penalties, but that's it. That's it. That's all he is. Let's call it like it is.
No doubt about it. So a lot for the Eagles to work on. A disappointing win for them for sure. They had this thing in the bag. They found every single way they could to lose it. But we've seen the Eagles kind of have these stinkers and be able to rebound. So we'll see how they pick up the pieces. This is a short week. It's a Thanksgiving week. We'll still have a lot of Inside the Birds content. We'll still have our tape breakdowns with Greg Cosell and Birds Weekly with Gunner and Ray Diddy. But obviously the injuries will take the forefront over the next 2 days. And Andrew DeCecco, Adam Kaplan, myself, everybody will continue to keep you informed and give you all the best Eagles coverage here on Inside the Birds. That's going to do it for the Inside the Birds post-game show. For Adam Kaplan, I'm Geoff Mosher. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.